Hello everyone, today I'm starting the first chapter, Life Processes. How we can decide that something is living and something is non-living. Like human beings, like you can talk and you can walk, even you can show movement, and this indicates that you are a living being. But what about the plants? They cannot talk, they cannot walk. So that doesn't mean that they are non-living. Then how we decide that something is living and something is non-living? We decide by the basic functions performed by their cells. If they are capable to perform those basic functions, they will be termed as living, and if they cannot, non-living. We know that livings are made of complex organs, and these organs are made of tissues by the cells. Such ordered organization can be damaged by the environment. To retain this complex organization, they need to have maintenance and repairment system. This maintenance and repairment system is called life process. So there are different processes and all these processes are called life processes. Now we can define life processes as life processes are the basic functions performed by the living organisms to maintain and continue their life. Basic life processes are nutrition, we take food to get energy, respiration, that is gaseous exchange, taking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide, transportation, transport of substance from one body part to the other, excretion, the release of waste material, and reproduction. We require a lot of energy for our day to day activities like walking, singing, playing, dancing, etc. We also require energy for our growth, development, and synthesis of substances in our body. But where does this energy come from? Yes, this energy comes from food. The food which we eat, it contains nutrients like carbohydrate, glucose, protein, vitamin, etc. And these nutrients provide us energy. Now we can define nutrition as the process of obtaining and utilizing energy from the environment is called nutrition. Here I have used the word from environment. See, the nutrients are not present in our body. We have to take them from the external environment. Our body never prepares food. Nutrition is of three types. The first is autotrophic nutrition, second heterotrophic nutrition, and the third is chemoautotrophic nutrition. In this chapter, we will study only autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Chemoautotrophic nutrition we will discuss in other chapter. Autotrophic nutrition. Auto means self and trophy means synthesis. So those organisms which can synthesize their own food material are called autotrophs, like green plant and some bacteria. Heterotrophic nutrition, the type of nutrition in which the organism is dependent on the other organism, or directly or indirectly they are dependent on the plant. Heterotrophic nutrition is further divided into three subcategories or three types, that is saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and holozoic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition or photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means formation. It occurs in green part of the plant like leaf and soft green stems. During this process, carbon dioxide, water are used to reduce into carbohydrate in the presence of sunlight. Now we will discuss what are the requirements of photosynthesis, what are the conditions of photosynthesis, and what exactly happen during this process. Raw material required for the process of photosynthesis are carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. Carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere and it diffuses through the leaf. On the surface of leaf, tiny pores are present, and these tiny pores are called stomata. Each stomata is surrounded by guard cells, and water is responsible for opening and closing of stomata. Water flows inside and guard cell become turgid, and this causes opening of stomatal pore. When water moves out, the guard cell becomes a shrink, which causes the closing of stomatal pore. In monocot, the stomata are present on both surface of leaf, that is dorsal and ventral, but in dicot it is present on lower surface only. Second raw material, water. Water is absorbed by the roots of the plant and it is transported to the leaf. During the process of photosynthesis, plants take carbon dioxide, water, and they form carbohydrate. But this process requires energy, and this energy comes from sunlight. But how the sunlight is trapped by the plants? It is trapped with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophylls are the green pigments present in the leaf of the plant. But chlorophyll is not present in every cell of the leaf. It is present in a special cell called mesophyll cells. These mesophyll cells contains chloroplast, and chloroplast is abundant of chlorophyll. So chloroplasts are the actual site of photosynthesis. Each chloroplast contains double membrane. Inside the membrane, it contains matrix called stroma. Inside the matrix, they have stalk-like structures called grana. Events during photosynthesis. The first is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Second, conversion of light energy into chemical energy by photolysis. And third, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. Photolysis is the splitting of water molecule in presence of sunlight. During this process, the water molecule is split into proton and electron, and oxygen is released. This proton and electron generate ATP and NADPH, that is assimilatory power. In this photosynthesis, the plant they utilize sun energy, that is also known as solar energy, and they synthesize glucose, that is chemical energy. So we can define photosynthesis as the conversion of solar energy into chemical energy by green part of the plant. In this process, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 12 molecules of water are used to synthesize 1 molecule of glucose, and oxygen is released as a byproduct. Mechanism of photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis actually occurs in 2 phases, that's called light phase and dark phase. The light phase occurs in grana and dark phase occurs in stroma. During light phase or light reaction, the water splitting of water molecule occurs in the presence of sunlight. At the end of light reaction, ATP and NADPH is produced and oxygen is released. The ATP and NADPH of light reaction is used in dark reaction to reduce CO2 into glucose or carbohydrate. Summary of photosynthesis. In first step, that is light reaction, photolysis of water occur in presence of sunlight and oxygen is released. ATP and NADPH is generated. In second step, with the help of ATP and NADPH, carbon dioxide is reduced into glucose or carbohydrate. Important questions from this topic, that is events of photosynthesis, reaction or chemical equation of photosynthesis, where does light reaction and dark reaction occur, the site of photosynthesis, and Stomata structure and its labeling.